Compass FM, your community radio station. You've got a friend in me. My name is Kerry Tremaine. It's 11 minutes to 9. You've got another friend, a very, very good friend of Compass FM, heading off to Taunton in Somerset in the UK. Welcome to the airways of North Canterbury. Returning to the airways of North Canterbury, Owen Paterson, founder of Compass FM. Good evening where you are.
And good morning to you.
Oh, and it's really, really nice that you've called back. Yesterday you gave us a quick call to have a chat to one of the staff members who is actually working from home. In fact, nearly everyone is working from home at Compass FM. And things have changed in the world, but in the world of broadcasting, we can actually, right here and now, from what you've set up a number of years ago, we can all operate remotely from this particular studio, which is the Owen Paterson studio at Compass FM. And that's what some of us are doing at the moment. What are you actually up to at the moment, Owen?
Well, I'm supposed to be retired. I was supposed to be retired when I came back to New Zealand in 2001. But I happened to think that radio stations in New Zealand at that time seemed more concerned about bringing returns for shareholders, and they weren't so focused on what listeners wanted to hear. So I made the big mistake of applying for a government license, which was available. And with a group of others, the first group of trustees, we actually won that license. And then we thought, what have we done?
What you've done is that what you did do is establish a radio station that is still broadcasting to North Canterbury, all the way into Kaikoura at the moment, all over the South Island, to be honest, all over the world, obviously, Owen. What you did is that you established something that remains to this day focused on North Canterbury. You're a local boy, born and raised in Rangiora.
Well, I was born in Oamaru, but at the tender age of 3, my parents moved up to Rangiora, and I went through the primary school, the borough school, before going to Christchurch Boys High. But it's now just over 60 years ago that I joined 3ZB, and in those days, the emphasis was involving the listeners in everything that they did in the programming, and that's what I think the original trustees of Compass were seeking to reproduce. I hope we've come some way towards that.
We absolutely take lead from what you have and the original trustees have put in place here at Compass FM. We are all totally about getting the voices of North Canterbury on here, be it the police. At the moment, there's a lot of civil defence and other bits and pieces, but from the local bake sale in Oxford, the local toy library in Cheviot, to the local garage in Culverden, that's what we are still all about here. And I think that you'd be pretty proud of what you did start. You're like a dog, you're chasing a car tyre and you caught it. You weren't too sure what to do with it after that.
It's the tread I'm worried about. But no, it's important at this sort of time, because when we set up and did test transmissions for Compass, there were earthquakes and the risk of tsunamis, and we actually broadcast, they would really tests, warning people as an exercise that something may happen and to get ready to take the advice of the local councils. And this is important at this stage because right round the world, in England and in New Zealand, we have to be very careful and disciplined in not only isolating ourselves, but at the same time, sounds a contradiction, communicating with each other. And as it is, and as you have so ably maintained the station, this is such a critical vehicle in times when people need support and need to be able to know it was never my station nor the board's station. It belonged to and still belongs to the people of North Canterbury. Absolutely.
Never a truer word has been said. Owen Paterson, thank you so much for calling us back here at in New Zealand. It's is it Tuesday evening your time in the UK at the moment?
It is. Just for this week, we are exactly 12 hours apart because it is, if I've got it right, it's coming up to 5 minutes to 9 in the evening. So very shortly you'll be having probably the weather forecast, will you?
I will be doing the weather and the weather forecast for North Canterbury. And then after that, we're getting one of the mayors from North Canterbury, the Hiranui Mayor, Mari Black. She'll be on the radio. Yesterday we had Dan Gordon. Very soon we'll have the other mayor, Craig Mackle from the Kaikoura district, getting on the radio as well. What you and the board members did way back when was establish something that is so well loved in North Canterbury. And I'm just the latest person holding the keys and driving the car. There'll be many more.
I have to tell you that every now and again, because it is available online on the web, I can tune in at any time and enjoy the programming.
Oh, isn't that amazing? Could you imagine 60 years ago when you first started at 3ZB that this would have been at all possible?
Well, it was a steep learning curve that Michael Pettit had to give us and instruct us in. But yes, I would never have dreamed it would be possible to, in the early days, to actually originate from someone's residence. But I want to finally say hello to all my many friends in North Canterbury and to wish them well and stay safe.
Owen Paterson, founder of Compass FM, one of a number of board members who founded Compass FM. We thank you very much and stay safe and wash your hands. This is Compass FM.